Alright guys, so I'm down here at 50 yards with the Swampfox Warhorse. This is their first focal plane optic. This is the 1:6 LPVO. Now I'm not going to get into the whole first focal plane versus second focal plane. That's for somebody that knows far more about scopes than I do or ever will. Basic gist of it is the first focal plane is before your magnification. So when you magnify, that reticle will grow with your magnification. The second focal plane is after your magnification, so that reticle is the same size all the way through your magnification range. Now somebody who's better versed in scope can tell you why you want a second focal plane versus a first focal plane. I believe everything I've ever shot has been second focal plane, so this is a new one for me with the first focal plane. Other than that, I'm just going to get out here, got it mostly sighted in, finish sighting it in, shoot it a little bit, tell you what I think about it. There you go, sighted in. I'm hitting the small ones up there, 50 yards. That means I should be zeroed in for 50 or 200 with where we're at here. I like it. Let's go sit down at the table, give you my final thoughts on this one. All right guys, got to apologize about a couple things. First off, I'm not out at the table sitting down giving you my final thoughts on this. It's hot out. Second, this is not Swampfox's first focal plane optic. They do have some in the longer range stuff, like their Kentucky Long and others that they have. I believe this is their first focal plane in the LPVO. Now, I'm relatively sure this is my first foray into the first focal plane, and you guys know I do a lot of pistol stuff. I don't do a ton of rifle stuff, so I can give you my honest opinion of what I think of it. I can't give you all the details of what a scope should be, shouldn't be. I can tell you what I thought of it. As far as the field of view, I was out at 50 yards. I thought this thing was pretty good. Covered everything that I needed to, and it still had a decent field of view when I cranked it all the way up. I think all the turrets are good. They've got nice knurling on them, easy to find. You've got your elevation that pulls to unlock and push down to lock it. It's not going anywhere. You've got your windage that is capped here. Again, nice big knurling on there, easy to get a hold of. Over here, you've got your illumination settings, and it turns off between each one of them. To me, that's a big deal because that means I don't have to crank through everything. I can just crank back and forth between those two spots where I've got my illumination set, and I'm good to go. You got a nice big throw lever on there. It's nice and smooth running through it. No catches anywhere in there, and you can set your throw lever wherever you want. I know some people like to have them bolted onto that ring. This one holds on there. It's nice and smooth, nice and big. It's not going to give you any problems. And of course we got our diopter on the back side here, so you can crank it in and get that reticle nice and perfectly sharp for you. You've got your flip up caps and your freedom mount here. Skeletonized, save you a little weight. Not going to save you a ton of weight, but everything went together, went on there, tightened up perfectly, easy, no problems. So there you go. There are my thoughts on the Swampfox Warhorse in the 1:6 with the Dragoon reticle. Like I said, I'm not the scope guy. I'm not going to be able to dial it in and have dope cards and all that good stuff. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to shoot it, I'm going to use the crosshairs, that's it. It's just the way it is for me. But if you're looking for a first focal plane, I'm sure they're going to have this in other reticles. They don't have it on their website right now, but they always release stuff in a bunch of reticles. So your mileage may vary. I am not a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. Legal disclaimer. They probably will though. So go over to Swampfox Optics, check those guys out. Don't have a release date on this. I know it's probably coming quickly because they sent it to me. I have a feeling it's going to show up here pretty quick. And it'll probably have different reticles. Again, I'm not a lawyer, your mileage may vary, blah, 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 legal disclaimer. So thanks to Swampfox for sending this out. We'll catch you guys on the next one.